According to the Oxford Languages Dictionary, initiative may be defined as 1. The ability to assess and initiate things independently, or 2. The power or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. Resourcefulness comes to mind. Most business managers are quick-thinking, intelligent folks. Recently, the privilege was had of working with a business manager who was not only quick-thinking but resourceful as well. He had taken a series of photos with his phone, accurately documenting an arduous process. One of his store's technicians was tackling the removal and deconstruction of a late model vehicle's dash. An unbelievable number of sophisticated parts were concealed beneath. These photos accurately conveyed a sense of the complexity of modern vehicles and the component architecture beneath the surface. He then uploaded the photos to his desktop. When necessary to address an objection, he spins his monitor around for his guests to see as he describes the picture. It is evident this method of education is sound. His production is very solid. Oftentimes, most objections to the value of the products we offer are the result of nothing more than a lack of understanding what's at stake. The necessary perspective is missing, if you will. Obviously, this business manager has wisely chosen to educate his guests when necessary with pictures that communicate the message of complexity. From whatwhenhow.com, consider the following diagram. For example, who would have thought all these components were necessary to heat and cool the passenger compartment of many automobiles? Certainly, most of our guests have not considered this possibility either. Clearly, the modern automatic temperature control system is dependent upon an array of interconnected sensors and systems, and this represents only a tiny fraction of the inner workings of the typical vehicle. It's no wonder that if we were to take on the task of buying our new vehicle one piece at a time through the parts department, it would cost us a fortune. Then we still must take it home and put it all together. We're talking about many thousands of parts here. This is not an indictment of the parts department, of course. It is simply a matter of fact. This is just one of the benefits to taking advantage of everything our vehicle service contracts offer. We are protected from much of the potential exposure our vastly complex modern vehicles represent when something goes wrong. After all, otherwise, how many diagnostic hours will we be responsible for paying to chase down the reason our climate control system is malfunctioning? Consider all the tests that must be performed and all the parts that may have to be thrown at the problem before it is corrected. How many hours of labor time will we have to pay for the removal of all the parts necessary to gain access to the broken/malfunctioning items? Then, of course, we are also on the hook for all the time required to put it all back together. And our labor rate per hour is how much? How much will all our out-of-pocket expenses become? As we have reviewed previously, we will invest the time when available to get back to our shop and become aware of these issues. This perspective may help us more effectively communicate what's at stake for our guests so they're able to make more fully informed decisions. What sort of resourceful, initiative-minded solutions can we come up with? Are we effectively communicating with our guests just how complex their new vehicle is? Remember, one of the most expensive vehicles built is the Rolls-Royce. Why? Well, naturally, when something is essentially hand-built, the production costs increase tremendously. The relevance of this to a major repair is that our technicians not only have to hand unbuild a vehicle to get to the fault, but then must hand rebuild the vehicle to complete the repair. Multiply all of the necessary time to accomplish this by the current labor rate, and oh, don't forget to add in the cost of all those parts. Think about it. Good luck and good selling.